Today was not a pretty day in crypto. Many people beginning to doubt whether or not this crypto bull run is really coming. We had a big pump. We did great, trust me, during 2023. It's been an incredible comeback in crypto gaming. It's at the forefront. Everybody is extremely excited. In fact, if you look at some of these charts, even today, the chart is looking very, very pretty, but it stopped going just up. A lot of people thinking that this chart just keeps going up and up and up, but no, we've gotten some turbulence. There is blood in the waters, and today was actually quite the violent day for crypto because we thought we had an incredible start to the year. Bitcoin going up 156% over the year, and even through the past 7 days, Bitcoin had gone all the way up to almost $46,000. Now it's not so much at $46,000, at $42,000. I'm going to be explaining this and more, whether or not I still have my conviction. I mean, you're watching a crypto gaming channel, so you know the answer to this, obviously. But I'm going to be explaining my thought process here on what I think is going on within markets, where I see things going. So if you find value in this, feel free to go ahead, like and subscribe. As always, you bring this every single day, and let's get right into it. So let me explain to you why there was a pump in the first place. Bitcoin right now is at 42K. We started the year. We all know about the fact that people like to sell their Bitcoin before the end of the year for tax loss harvesting purposes, for whatever purposes they want. It's just, historically speaking, that's what Bitcoin has done. When the new year hits, it's usually extremely bullish. A lot of people buy back their Bitcoin, and we usually see some sort of price movement to the upside. With this being said, the reason that people got so excited for this Bitcoin pump is because of one very specific thing. It's called deadlines, right? And everything in life has a deadline. You have to answer to it at some point. And so ARK shares went ahead and filed for a Bitcoin ETF. It's to get Bitcoin on the stock market, trade it, you peer-to-peer on TD Ameritrade, wherever you want. They can trade on the stock market, which is awesome. We love that. More liquidity for Bitcoin, more places to access it is never a bad thing. However, this deadline had a very spicy date, and that is January 10th. Right now, we are on January 3rd, 2024. That's very soon. In a week from now, quite literally, we will be on that deadline. And so a lot of people are beginning to speculate that this Bitcoin ETF is going to happen, and it's going to get passed and approved on January 10th, because pretty much one of the last deadlines, if not the last deadline for some ETFs, are coming up. ARK shares being one of them. They filed theirs a little bit earlier than the other ones. I don't know if they're going to be the ones to do it. Makes sense because Grayscale went ahead and got cited with their futures ETF. But that's why we got to 45K. We ended up dumping because of speculation on an analyst on some random website called Matrix Explorer. Wrote in a Tuesday note that he expects the SEC to decline all Bitcoin ETF applications this month, as the applications may fall short of requirements that must be met. Some blame the reporting for triggering Bitcoin's price decline on Wednesday, and I agree. Everybody on Twitter was talking about this random person's report that I have no idea who this person is or who this analyst and this company is, some random company. But apparently, this is why the market's dumped. And we went all the way down to $42,000. Now, there are a couple things coming as well on the same day, right? This happened today. The $4.5 trillion asset manager, Fidelity, files registration of securities with the SEC for its spot Bitcoin ETF. If you don't understand what that means, they're just going ahead and filing for a spot Bitcoin ETF. Spot is the current price of Bitcoin. So Fidelity is a massive, massive company. I mean, I used to use Fidelity back in the day. I still remember when I was first getting into the stock market, didn't know a lot. I was, 18 years old. I got Fidelity, and I'm sure a lot of people ended up getting into Fidelity at some point or another. To them going ahead, registering for a Bitcoin ETF, the same day that people are thinking that it's going to get denied, doesn't really make a lot of sense. Other things. Goldman Sachs is in talks to become an authorized participant for BlackRock's and Grayscale's spot Bitcoin ETF. Interesting. Another thing, the SEC schedules meetings today with New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, and CBOE to finalize comments on spot Bitcoin ETFs. Now, if I was the SEC, right, and I was going to deny these applications, and I wasn't even going to give them the light of day, that they are irrelevant, I'm not even thinking about them, then I probably would not be going to every major exchange and letting them know our thoughts on spot Bitcoin ETFs. Gary's quotes and phrases and the mannerisms that he's given in regards to spot Bitcoin ETF listings drastically different from how it was a year ago. And that is something that is constantly evolving, and it's looking like I'm pretty damn sure that we're going to get a spot Bitcoin ETF. It's pretty much inevitable at this point. It's going to happen. I don't even think I have a shadow of a doubt in my mind that it's not going to happen. But I do know that there are a lot of people that constitute what I call paper hands. And I'm someone that, I'm not going to lie, I do suffer paper hand-itis. I'm going to be explaining for the people that have paper hands what I'm personally doing, right? What makes sense for me. But the likelihood is that if you have Bitcoin right now and you're just chilling, doing your thing, that all of this doesn't mean anything, and that Bitcoin is probably going to continue to just smash it. You know, this ETF listing is going to come. Bitcoin's going to keep running. We're going to probably go near all-time highs, have some sort of correction. You know how bull markets are. Tons of pullbacks can go ahead and happen in the process. But when it comes to our crypto gaming portfolios, this is why you came, right? We're down a little bit. And whenever we have these corrections, you'll notice something very interesting. Now, this over here is dominant. This is Bitcoin's share of the entire market cap of crypto in general. Bitcoin goes higher, usually not a good thing for altcoins. Altcoins are your crypto gaming coins. And so what I'm thinking is going to happen here is this number is actually really high. 51.2% is extremely high in terms of Bitcoin dominance. It's been higher before, so I guess give it that. But this is really high in terms of Bitcoin dominance. At some point, this number has to go down, and I'm sure that's when we're going to be ushering in the full-on bull market. I think we're getting signs of it, clearly, right? We've gotten a lot of signs. Crypto gaming tokens have ran up a lot, but we really haven't seen that Bitcoin dominance trend down. And so what I'm thinking is going to happen is some of these tokens are going to continue to bleed, but I don't think it's going to happen for a very long period of time. I'm talking like a couple days. Like in a couple days, we're probably going to be pumping again. There are tokens like Gala, you saw in the thumbnail, that had a pretty mean correction. I mean, this thing is down, like 20% over the past 7 days, which is a lot for some people, but it's still up 28% since we started tracking it here. If you started your portfolio back in December 2023, last month, you're probably down. I mean, a lot of these tokens are down. Even Avalanche is down. It's totally normal to feel like, oh no, I bought the top, am I screwed? It's a normal feeling. Everybody gets it. But my opinion here is that if you are trying to get 5, 10x, 100x plays, then you being down, even Aurora, 35% on your tokens, it doesn't matter. This is that mentality game that I keep telling people in bull markets. You're going to be tested for your brain. Your brain is your worst enemy because you see this price action. If you just deleted the app for a month, you look back at it, okay, cool. I'll get that monthly update. I'll be fine. But you look at it every day, you're much more likely to go ahead and paper hand. And I've gone ahead and done what I need to do to become comfortable. Because you need to be comfortable to have the mental clarity to be able to operate during a full-blown bull. We're still not there yet. We're not even close to there yet. And here's what I did. One is I paid off my debt. This happened last month. I took comfortable profit last year. A lot of people called me paper hands. They were like, oh, you shouldn't have done this. You're crazy for doing this. First off, I sold at a pretty damn good point. I'm going to be honest with you. If you look at the prices then, you're not going to be complaining. But on top of that, I took the profit that I needed to take to not have to worry about it anymore. Now the prices can do whatever they want, and I don't even need to paper hand anymore. I could just hold my tokens for the rest of eternity, and maybe I'll sell in 2025 or something like that. Crypto is going to do what it needs to do. You gotta leave your emotions out. If you feel uncomfortable right now because the tokens that you're holding have gone down 30%, you're doing things wrong. Something you're doing in your head is just not clicking. Because if you're uncomfortable about a 35% correction, when your tokens that you've convinced yourself are supposed to go up 10 to 100x, then a 35% correction means absolutely nothing. Even a 90% correction, I know it's a crazy number to think of, but if your token is supposed to go up 100x, why would you care about a 90% correction? Now, there are differences between, 35% and 95%, etc. I would say after 70%, you might be doing something wrong as well, but most tokens probably aren't going to have that crazy of a correction during these markets. If you're choosing things that aren't, sub 10 million market cap, if you are, then good luck in the casinos. Hopefully it goes well for you. But, I've done what I need to do to get my passive income. I have been advocating for the longest of time for crypto nodes and miners. You know, I've got my playable nodes, I've got my Miri nodes, I've got my Sonorous nodes, which I've covered on the channel. I've got Bitcoin miners, which I'll cover at some point as well to teach you all how to actually do this. And I've been just giving my steps on how to actually play this bear market and bull market that's coming up. So it's an exciting time to be here. Don't get caught out because a little paper handitis in you just wants to do it. Bitcoin's pulling back because Bitcoin is trying to shake you out. That's always how it is. People said back in, you know, when it was at like 30K, oh no, this run isn't going to go any higher. 35K is the peak. We had a correction on like 33, 32K. And then, you know, when this hit 29K and it went all the way back down to 26K, oh no, this run's over. And then it just kept ripping back up. You cannot run away from this coin. It's going to keep climbing and people are going to continue to underestimate it. I remember for the longest of time, everybody within my circle just said, are you still in crypto? Like, how could you be in crypto? This is a crazy gamble that you're doing. I told them, no, there's this thing called super cycles and I'm waiting for the super cycle. And let me tell you, crypto is looking a heck of a lot like it is tracking and tracing a super cycle right now. It's pretty much identical. And yeah, these tokens, they're going to do their things, but as long as you keep mental clarity in check, as long as you continue to be in infrastructure plays, etc., it's extremely important to understand that, gameplay takes a ton of time to build out. I think we're going to get some smash hits this year. I don't think we're going to get mass adoption, but it's sure as hell going to be a very exciting crypto gaming year. So don't miss out because you saw some stupid news from some random source that nobody knows about. Make sure you got your bags and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe as always for more content. Till the next time, stay classy, and that's all.